Hello. All right, let's go over how I'd recommend animating your video game character. Number one is I just did a search for Muybridge Dog. He's this photographer back in the day who found out how humans actually walk by using photography. And so these are great. I would use these. I would actually use this one because I think you don't want a walking dog-like creature. You don't want a running dog-like creature. You want like this little jog. And you'll notice right off the bat, this is only 8 frames, and actually 7 if you can combine this one with this one. They're probably close enough. But we probably do want to do an even, so 8 is fine. If you want to up it to 10, that's fine too. So I downloaded this and I brought it into Clip Studio. I'll show that too. Also did a quick search for just a sprite sheet for a dog and thinking about some other things that might work. Just looking at what other video games do. And so I think, this one I thought about you could get away do something like this if you want more of a jumping sort of effect. And I think you do need to also have this, some animations like this where there's this jog to idle, right? So there's this thing and they can have that slip across if you want. So let's go into Clip Studio. I'll show you a variety of ways that I would recommend doing it. Number one is if you're not sure, like you can completely use this and cheat all you want. So if you really want like line these up, like I'm just gonna grab this guy, I'm gonna cut it out and make a new layer and paste it. Oh, I don't even need to make a new layer. So sorry, I forget. I'm so used to Photoshop, I forget how Clip Studio works. And you can line these up, right? First, just to kind of make sure you get everything right. In this case, just make sure that the verticals line up, not the, I'm sorry, the opposite of that. Make sure the horizontals line up, not the verticals, because of course this dog is moving in space forward, so you don't have to line up those vertical things. So I'm just kind of making sure that this sort of matches, right? And so you can do that with all these. Get them all lined up and then look at them individually however you want. Let's see here. Let's turn this back up. And so option one is to make it into separate layers, the major things, right? So you have your, let me get my tablet set up here. So you have a head, of course, right? And then you can make a new layer, pull that underneath, and we'll make it a body, right? And if I'm painting like into this, of course, right? So that I don't have to redraw it later. If you wanted to be really special, you could make the front part of the body separate than the back part of the body, so it's something else to negotiate and move around, right? And then you have another layer that's whatever the tail. So I don't remember exactly how yours is, but something like this. And the ball, right? And then I could make another layer, and I could do the front part of the legs. And I would probably do another layer and put it behind everything and do just a darker color of that for the back part of the legs, right? Very easy, right? So this is, you got these all set up. Now we'd probably go in here and like name these so that it makes more sense later. I'm not going to do that here, but I'll do one just to show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you get all those. I would put all of these, right, shift click on all of them, right click, create folder and insert layers. So now they're into one folder, folder 1, right? I can then duplicate this layer, right? Or this folder, I'm sorry. And now I have it, it's all copied in here. And then all your names would come in here too, so you could easily look at it. And then we could, let's see here, we'll turn off this guy so we can actually see. And maybe we'll just turn off this one that we just copied and just work with this, turn the opacity down so you can see what's going on. And then come in here and rearrange these things, right? And so you can come in here. Let's see, I'll grab the, yeah, this would really help if I had all those. Where's the head at? Here's the head. All right. So like you can come in here and have the head, move it around. I don't have, for some reason I don't have my move set up. There we go. And you can rotate these, and you can also just, like, if you want to come in here and like draw it differently, just draw it differently, right? It's entirely up to you how you do this. I should probably turn that opacity back up before I start doing this. And again, yeah, this would obviously help if I had all these labeled properly. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and that's obviously on a different layer. I see. So I messed up there, right? So you could do it this way, right? Erase that. And that way, you know, the head's going to stay the same. The your drawing here is going to stay the same. And then, of course, you need to, you know, redo the legs, right? So actually, I could just go ahead and either erase those completely. Let me get a bigger eraser. Man, I got all these weird settings on. Brush density. And this is my own computer, but for some reason, all these things I don't expect are here. But yeah, hopefully you understand. Yeah, this makes sense, right? And then just come in here and redraw the actual front legs that you want. Come back here, erase these back legs and draw those what you want. I'm going to grab the colors first. In my case, in your case, I assume you're just using outline and background color. So yeah, you could do that. And then you have all these folders, and then you just, you know, you just move those around and make your sprite sheet here once you get everything set up. Now, the other way I was thinking you could do it if you prefer to animate is to, let's move this guy back over here. Is you could also just, like, you have this, right? You can come up to make a new, we're going to make a new animation folder. So if you want to work with animation, I think that's fine too. Make a timeline. And we're going to make a new frame here. And so let's say you want to draw everything. That's also fine. So however you do that, right? So here's dog 1. Right? Draw it however you want it. Fill it however you want it. And then when you make a new frame, make sure I can show you what's going on right here. You could turn on onion skin so you can see a little bit of what you have, and then I would just, you know, move this over. So like, oopsie. I'll get out of there. So you know what I mean? Like you could just move this background around to wherever you want and align that up so you can have a little bit of what you've done and then a little bit of what you have there. If you want to keep the head and some of the other detailed drawings that you've had, just use this function right here, right? If you don't have duplicate layer on your version of Clip Studio, set it up like this. You're going to go to, this is great, I can show you that I don't always know exactly where everything is. Preferences. Nope, not preferences. I don't think it's that. Here we go, command bar settings. And mine's, sorry, it's on my other Wacom tablet here. And then we can go to, let's see, we're going to go to layer and duplicate layer and add. And then it should show up over here. If it doesn't, let me know. And that should be it. So yeah, you could, let's say you like this frame, but you just want to make some small changes. Duplicate it. You'll notice it makes a new frame over here. It made it 1A because I had 2, so it makes it something in between. And then make 2, right click on 1A, and then come in here and then change it however you need to. And then that way you can just have a little bit of this head. You could, of course, if you want to move it, do a little selection and then move it up like this. Oops, I don't know why that my selection is set up on there. That's why. Okay. Right? And then make your redrawings here. So I don't know, whatever's easiest, it doesn't matter. Just work whatever that way. I keep it to about 8 frames, or maybe just even use the amount that Josh used so they match, and that should be it. Let me know if any questions.